Hello and welcome to Area DMG. I am your host, Phil Wesley, the Mile High Mouth. If you notice, our color saturation is a little weird today. I was messing around with the settings on the webcam. And now you can see the horrible dark circles under my eyes. And stress. I'm sorry. Well, we were going to have an episode yesterday for the 19th. And then, well, I wasn't happy with it when I recorded it. And I was just like, oh, I should record this again because actually I made a mistake on a name, and well, that happened. So, anyways, let me catch you up a bit on the news. This one I'm going to be talking a bit about death. Um, Yesterday, September the 19th, 2013, Hiroshi Yamauchi, the former president of Nintendo, died at the age of 85 from what is being reported as complications with pneumonia. He took over, he was born, he took over the world. Sorry. Hiroshi Yamauchi was born in 1927 and took control of the company Nintendo in 1949 after the previous president and founder of the popular Hanafuda card company Nintendo, Fushishiro Yamauchi, suffered a stroke. From 1949 to 1966, Hiroshi Yamauchi diversified the portfolio for Nintendo quite a bit. Originally, they were a Hanafuda card company. Hanafuda is a card game that I am not really sure how to play it, but it factors heavily into Summer Wars and a couple other things. And I do know that, like, apparently yelling "Koi Koi" is good. So yeah, I don't really know how to play Hanafuda, but they decided to diversify from that into all sorts of things like love hotels, which I'm not going to explain, taxis, and toys. It was discovered while he was doing this that, well, toys, and specifically electronic toys, were kind of the wave of the future. Hiroshi Yamauchi had a little bit of a way of, he's not a toy maker himself, he knows next to nothing about video games, but he does know good product, and he does recognize talent for making good product. In fact, Gunpei Yokoi, one of their early designers and designer of one of their first successful toys, the Ultra Hand, was discovered while he was a janitor at Nintendo, and he made this little thing to a little toy to amuse himself and to also reach high shelves when he was at work. Now, Hiroshi Yamauchi saw him using that and realized, we can sell that, and they did. And then he moved to Gunpei Yokoi to higher positions in research and development. In short, without Hiroshi Yamauchi, Gunpei Yokoi would still be pushing a broom somewhere, which is kind of a shame. Hiroshi Yamauchi he also he's very responsible for how Nintendo turned out and how Nintendo and the video game industry itself is today. In fact, when they started bringing the Nintendo Entertainment System over to the United States, video games are dead in the United States. None of the stores wanted to carry them. They took too much space up on the shelves. They're just awful. Atari kind of left a scorched earth in their path. And Hiroshi Yamauchi came about and said, hey, you know, I know this is bad, but let me talk to you a bit. In fact, he spent several days out of his week, every week, pushing the Nintendo Entertainment System onto places like Sears, JCPenney's, and such. He's one of those people who pretty much like he was the guy standing outside of the. I know this is a bit of an exaggeration, but Hiroshi Yamauchi was the guy standing outside of Toys R Us holding an NES box, like this, carry this. Big championship, championship, a big champion for what we have today. He fought for it tooth and nail. People refer to him as kind of the iron fist in a velvet glove because he was known for being ruthless. He was known for being blunt. He was known for being very sharp. and he recognized potential. Um, there were a few missteps later on, like with the N64 and with the GameCube, but overall, Hiroshi Yamauchi was wonderful for the video game industry. He's the person who said, "Yeah, let's go ahead with the Game and Watch. Let's go ahead with the Game Boy." He's the person who found people like Satoru Iwata and Shigeru Miyamoto and Satoshi Tajiri and so forth. Hiroshi Yamauchi shaped the video game industry that we have today, and I have nothing but the utmost respect for him. And I'd like to take a moment to just acknowledge that and say that for someone who left luck to heaven, I hope he's up there now. For Hiroshi Yamauchi, thank you very much for everything you have done. Now, I do also want to talk about another death. This one actually happened earlier in the month, and it was to a friend of mine, actually. I used to work for a company called Green Rights Radio. I was working in sales. They covered medical marijuana. I personally am not one of those people who's like, "Whoa, I smoke weed every day," that type of thing, because I think that's silly. Also think it's pretty stupid. But I am one of those people who, when I see something that's wrong, I do something about it. And I met a lot of interesting people in the medical marijuana field and with like Mile High Normal and other stuff. But one of the people that was one of the most fun to talk to and one of the most genuinely honest and sweet people I knew was a lady named Jenny Kush. She also runs a podcast called Sex Pot Radio, or Sex, yeah, and it's about sex. It's about pot. Anyways, she died over earlier this month, and while I'm not the biggest fan of Westward, in fact, I think Westward's has way too many advertisements. I feel that sometimes their articles are just a little. Occasionally, they have some amazing articles though, and I was well. I'm gonna link to the online version of it, but I was kind of taken. Well, they had this really. This is the cover of the latest Westward. Um, it's about an article called "The Harshest Hit" by William Breeds, and I know this lady. This lady was amazing. She left behind 4 kids and a loving boyfriend, and it, it's tragic. And I really suggest you should go read that article. I'm going to link to it on the bottom. Go read the article from Westward, and be honest. Honestly, it's going to make you mad. It is really going to make you mad. It's also going to make you a little bit sad. I know it does for me, and I feel that I think that Jenny would have liked this particular cover. Um, I feel that good on Westward. I Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Westward. I think they spend too much time on advertisements and kind of semi-political drivel that comes from somewhat ignorant points of view. Ugh, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Westward, but the article that they have in this week's issue is amazing, and I think you should read it because this lady was a friend of mine, and what happened? Well, it'll make you mad, and also it's really tragic and stuff. And it, I feel that September started, and even with yeah, this has been kind of a weird month for that. But yeah, please go read that. Um, Also, while you're here, um, we still have that IndieGoGo going, and we will have interesting updates on that. And I think that you should go and check it out. If you can't contribute much, even a dollar is fine. Even a dollar is fine. I mean, we have a lot of people who view our videos. We have a lot of people who like us on Facebook and such. And if every single one of them just gave us a dollar, that would still be amazing. And if you want to help us and you can't donate money, go to the Indiegogo and share the Indiegogo. Just like right click on it if you're on like a Windows computer or so, and share it. Share it on your Facebook wall. Share it with your friends. Let people know. Get the word out. Thank you very much. My name is Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth. You're watching Area DMG, and you are now up to date. Thank you, and good night.